Good morning, everybody. Please hit like and subscribe. Leave comments in the comment section. This is Good Servant on his own. I'm just on my own today, guys, and I just wanted to say that I'm really happy with the direction that the channel is going, and I've gotten a chance to message some of you, and I really enjoy the comments. I really enjoy hearing how you feel when we have our shows, especially if we've touched you in a real way, you know. And I really like the feedback that we're getting, you know. And it's hard to maintain that, because having a truth channel and ultimately a channel about Jesus and salvation, and that's, to me, that's important, and I take it seriously, you know. And some things aren't easy, and some things require some nuance, and I've had to be extremely flexible, in order to try to keep some things right. And I'll explain it like this, right? It's like, when we are learning a truth topic, right? Like, say, the flat Earth, or the stuff in Hollywood, or the Illuminati stuff, or the stuff on viruses, or um, things in the news that are hoaxes or psyops. It's like number one, it's really hard to get anybody to listen to us. Most of our families will, you know, say you share a video, and it's like you leave them alone for a little bit, and you come back to them and you say, hey, how was that video, and they're like, oh, well, I didn't really watch it. I don't think I'm gonna, and you're like, that's, I just, why aren't you motivated to learn the truth, and and this is part of it, right? Is, if I'm going to come to my family or friends or whatever, with things that sound crazy, right? Like that the Earth is flat, or things in the news are hoaxes. 9/11 was 9/11, and it's like, you say these things, right? So that means that you have to be like extra extra truthful with everything that you say. You have to be impeccable, you know, in order to get someone to trust you on that level, even if they're able to. Because I don't know, some people, it seems like they're not even able to hear the truth, no matter what you do. But no, for sure, no one's gonna listen to you if you sound crazy and you make up stories and you stick to things that aren't true. And you have to have the truth at all times, because if they catch you being wrong in anything, they'll use that as a tool against you to not believe you. So, like, you'll make a mistake describing how light bends or whatever. Oh, see right there. No, now the Earth is a globe because you didn't describe that right. Or they'll hang on to that one mistake that you made and use that as a reason not to believe you. And so it's very tough to maintain that credibility. And if you're a truther, then You know, all the truth is important to you. No matter where you hear it, you know, no matter how it makes you look. Because there's times where I've had to look real silly, you know, learning the truth, you know, where I had to retract some things that I thought I knew and I didn't. And, you know, but I'd rather have the truth than have my pride, that's for sure. Because when I talk about, um, when I talk about my Lord and how much He means to me, and the things I've learned about Jesus, and it's like, you know, I had to go down some pretty hard rabbit holes. I had to go down some pretty hard rabbit holes to learn um, that Jesus was the truth, right? And if I expect people to believe me, you know, then I have to have the truth at all times. And so, you know, what do I want out of this, right? Well, you know, well, for example, right? You know, we had a guy on our channel that was, you know, pretty good guest and good chemistry, and you know, and the shows were entertaining, you know, and there was a big difference. I mean, like, uh, you know, the idea that you couldn't be saved by faith was unbelievable to me, you know, and so and it's not the truth, you know, and so, you know, it, it's like we had differences that couldn't be reconciled, right? Because that's not the truth, you know, and so I won't have it on this channel, because it's people need to come here and be able to depend on me, you know. Of course, I want you guys to research for yourselves. Don't just believe me or you know, or Tom or whatever. Do your own research. But part of doing this is being reliable and being dependable, and there's a responsibility in it that goes beyond me, you know. And I didn't do this because I have a whole bunch of talent, or because I'm even I was never motivated to do it before. Never even thought about it. But I felt really called to kind of do this because I've had unlimited energy to work on this channel, you know, and because I feel like this is my best way that I could go out and spread the good news, which is that Jesus sacrificed himself to pay for our sins so that we can go to heaven. A humongous debt of mine was paid, right? And so I have to look at the debts that people have to me, right? And think about that as something small, you know. People do me wrong. That's very small, you know. And so I'll say this, right? You know, so I had that guest on, and you know, we disagreed on some things. I wouldn't budge. I tried to take him in, you know, in a private setting and talk to him about it. Tried to get him to see it, you know, first, you know, and you know, I did my best, and it did upset me that I couldn't help him, you know, and but then, you know, petty things come out, you know, so you know, I had a little cartoon symbol that somebody did for me, and you know, I wasn't thinking about it when it came out. My intentions were innocent, you know. I was like, I was very grateful because we don't make any money doing this channel, so and we don't ask for any money, and so our budget is zero, and you know, it made the videos look nice, you know, professional. But so, you know, a guy came at me and said, "Oh well, the arms aren't dark enough. The arms coming out of the sky aren't dark enough." You know, of course, he didn't say anything about them being too big, or you know, the fact that arms don't come out of the sky, or it was just the color of the arms, you know, and yeah, it seems ridiculous, right? It seems like hey, that's kind of petty, right? And but you know, here's the thing, right? Is if I want to maintain the truth, right? And I know that that's not the truth, and it's brought to my attention it's not the truth, then I can't have it. I can't use it anymore, you know? Not because someone's asking me to take it down, or someone's bullying me to take it down, or someone's treating me like some kind of chump or whatever. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like being told I'm wrong, you know? It doesn't feel good. And of course, my initial reaction is my human reaction is I want to fight back, you know? I want to say, F you, you know, why you got to be petty, it's stupid, blah, 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 and fight back, right? There's plenty of ammo I could have used to fight back on that, right? What the bottom line is it's not a true image, right? And so whose fault is that? I have to look at my part in that, my responsibility, right? And so I took it down. If that makes me look weak, or if it makes me look, you know, like a chump, then it makes me look like a chump, you know. But just like I'm not gonna have some faulty salvation stuff on our channel, I'm not gonna have something else that's not true either, right? And you know, that's a decision I made. I'm the one that backed down and took it down. Or not take it down, but we stopped using it. And you know, you could say you know, we had good intentions having that thing up there, but you know what they say about good intentions, right? And so, you know, it was tough, you know. I mean, look, this is the internet. I mean, I can talk tough all day long on the internet, and you know, and try to throw my weight around like I'm some kind of, you know, macho individual. I could do that, right? I mean, there's nothing stopping me. I'm thousands of miles away from everybody, but that doesn't solve anything, right? My image or reputation doesn't matter in that regard at all. Not to me, it doesn't. What I care about is that people can come to me and they know that the things that I'm saying out of my mouth and the things that I'm working on are true, you know. And so you know, another one was I had a video where I misquoted that same guy. I said that he didn't believe in salvation, but he did. He believed in a kind of a different, wayward kind of salvation, and so the statement I said wasn't right. So I had two choices at that point, right? I could do nothing and, you know, fight about it, you know, or ignore it and, you know, have to, you know, deal with trolls or whatever, right? Or I could do another video saying this is what was really said, and this is what I meant, and correct it, right? Or I could take it down, you know. And I chose that. I don't owe this person anything, you know. And so I just decided to, you know, put the video on private, you know. And, because the thing that I said on the video wasn't true, it wasn't fully true. And it's important for me to be fully honest, because I want people to believe me when I say God is real. And I want them to say, well, good servant didn't lie about anything else. He's always honest. He admits when he's wrong. It holds more credibility, And maybe it only gives me an inch more credibility, right? Well, I'll take it. And if I look like a chump, if it looks like I'm doing this, because some man asked me to do it, some annoying man asked me to do it with, petty intentions and, well then, it is what it is, but if someone comes here and trolls about something and I'm not wrong, right, then I don't have to worry about it. I just ignore it, right, because it's not true, right? But if I'm wrong, right, and I choose that that's the battle I want to fight, right, well, then, what's the point in that, What's the point in fighting for something that isn't right, And, of course I had to pray on it a lot, I had to pray on it a lot, and I had to ask God about it. I mean, I'm not supposed to have a graven image of anything in heaven anyway. I didn't think about it at first, and the person who made that for us was extremely nice and very gracious to us, and and I we appreciated the gesture, and I'm grateful for that, and but I gotta be impeccable with my speech and actions as much as I can, Now, if someone came to me and said, I don't think you can get saved by faith, well, that's not going to fly. I'm not changing that, because it's true. It's real. You know what I mean? And that's something I would die for, This channel is something I would die for right now, because we're trying to be right. We're trying to do the right thing. It's just like all these names out there that people call Jesus, Yeshua or Yeshua. And I can accept that, right? I can accept that. And I want to call Jesus the right thing. I don't want to call him the right thing. I desperately, really bad want to refer to him the right way and love him the right way and speak about him the right way. And if I could be more right, I want to be more right, but I can only do what I know is right? And it says in my Bible that his name is Jesus, so I call him Jesus, right? I don't have any problem with anybody else calling him something else if they're more confident that that's right, then it's I agree with that, but I can only do what I know is the best thing, and so, the more we learn, the more we understand, but as I was coming through all these, conspiracies and finding out all these lies and all the deceit and everything in the world, it's like the only thing I can depend on is that Bible, because if the Bible is true, number one, because everything that I've done research on, it's held up as being true, right? Number one. And number two, if the Bible isn't true, then nothing is true, and that's just all there is to it. And so I depend on the Bible, not Not only, because it's God's word and because I'm supposed to, but because I wouldn't be able to live a functioning life without it. I would have no sanity, you know? And, I believe all the things in there, even the things that are hard, even because I know that if I have the truth and someone is an enemy of mine, I know that God will take care of me. I know that God will defend me because I'm trying to do the right thing. And yeah, I could save my face a little bit and not look so weak or not look like I am folding or whatever, Yeah, that's fine. But, I have a bigger mission than how I look or, how, people see me or whatever. And so, I mean, it's because it's extremely frustrating, especially like when you're trying to go to a family or a friend and you're trying to tell them the truth and they don't believe you. That's a bad feeling, It's a bad feeling, Because what are you supposed to do, I mean, what are you supposed to do when you find out all the information and, you've probably seen what very few people have seen, just the way this world really is. See reality for exactly how it is, And, you want to share all that stuff. And, I know it sounds crazy, but, this world is crazy, But the good part about it is that even though I grieve for the world, because it's hard out there for people and it's rough and it's falling apart. Yeah, it's a little sad because I served my country, I was a soldier, and I'm pretty proud of that, but my view of America was different then, my view of the world was different then, And again, it's sad that it's the world is falling apart, it seems like, And but I feel peace and joy that the story is playing out exactly the way the Lord wrote it. And it gives me good confirmation, and it gives me a good feeling to know that I'm part of that story, and that he loves me enough to show me the truth about things, I mean, he's obviously trusting me with something. If I could see something that other people can't see or won't see, and when I met Tom, that was a blessing because, he's a good partner. He kind of holds us down to earth. Because I try to go forward on some of this true stuff by speculating a little bit and then trying to prove it to myself, but Tom holds it down to reality, and so that's an important job. It's a hard job. I get it. It's probably frustrating, because I interrupt him a lot or whatever, and and I get excited about stuff, and I'm a difficult energy to deal with every day, You could get worn out. I get it, but I know that he knows the mission is bigger than this, and I know the mission is bigger, and even if we get one or two people to see that that the Lord is real and that the Lord loves them and that the Lord has a plan for them in their lives, I mean, I want as many people to go to heaven as possible. I know it's not going to be a big number because it's written that way, it's a narrow path, and very few will find it, you know. But I have no problem if everybody goes. But anyway, that's all I'll say today. You know, God bless you guys. Thank you for subscribing, for the new subscribers, and thank you for commenting, the people that have been commenting, you know. And you know, I have a few favorites, but I'd like to interact with all of you, so please leave comments. And if you'd like to come on the show, you know, please write some stuff that you want to talk about, and you know, we'll get you on here to talk about either new topics or new insights or different angles on how the truth matches up with Bible prophecy. And so anyway, you know, God bless you, and praise Jesus for his sacrifice and grace to us. All right, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.